Hello, I'm Eddie Marcus, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people. And I'm back. Today I have a message for you from God. Now, I realize that many of you are asking yourselves, how dare I sit here and say that I have a message from God? How can I possibly know if I have a message from God? And that is a legitimate question, especially from those who do not know God or have a false concept of God. But to answer that question, I would say to you, how do you know that your mother is your mother? And I'm sure that every last one of you who were not given out as an adoptee from birth would know that your mother is your mother. And only you would know the particular reasons why you know that's your mother. Now, if they ask who your father was, that would be a different question that perhaps you could not answer so easily. Because the man that's there probably is your father, but in many instances is not your father. You heard the expression, mama's baby and daddy's maybe. But just as you can be certain that your mother is your mother, anyone who has a relationship with God knows that God is real. Yes, God is something that you cannot look at and see as you see your mother. But God has a magnificent way of letting you and anyone who wants to know and is willing to do what is required to know that God is. And because God has done so much for me that no human being could ever do, and yet the doing has been as obvious as me speaking to you right now. So I know that God is, and that God has led me and provided for me through this life as much as any human. And so the information that God wants you to know is this. From God to the world's people, I love you, I need you, I want you. I made you to be my loving creation on planet Earth, your Garden of Eden. I provided on earth all that you would require to live on earth as though you were here with me. For I am always with you. I provided a gift within each of you that you may be able to access all that is there at your own timing. And each of you contribute in the manifestation. My purpose in this is that each of you can experience this paradise, this garden, fairly. The greatest gift that I have given unto you is free will. You can do as provided for or produce another outcome. Presently, the majority of you do not know me, though you think you do. You have been infiltrated by a spirit that wants more than that provided for. This spirit desires to replace me. I want you to love me, care for me, and honor me as you love, care, and honor for your earthly parents. This other spirit wants your obedience, even by force. Many of you love me, but do not know how to honor me. Yet it is that love that keeps earth in existence. Right now, governments are controlled by this different spirit. This spirit has conquered the souls of most of governmental representatives, as well as most of the people. These do not serve you or me. Their tools of enslavement are money and death. I never required you to use so-called money. You took it to be a means of exchange superior to barter. Yet it became the seed for your destruction. To defeat the spirit, you must discontinue the use of so-called money, and if you must, create a different means to barter. The moment you discontinue the use of money, they are partially defeated, but they will exact the tool of death on all that will not totally obey. What they truly want are human servitude, all the so-called wealth of the earth, everything that I have provided for you, minerals of the earth, food, property, ambitions, everything. The way to defeat the spirit is be willing to end everything they want. First, you must overcome the fear of death. Death is my tool of giving each of you a new life. I gave you the life you have, and I have arranged for you to have another and another. They want all property and your servitude. You must not serve them, and you must be willing to destroy all that they want. They will kill. You must not kill. This distinguishes you from them. To them, your only importance is to serve them. When they start mass killing of you, you must be willing to destroy every physical piece of property they desire. That means every institution, businesses, schools, jails, prisons, farms, factories, banks, churches, and their weapons, trains, planes, automobiles, trucks, houses, etc. At the end of the battle, let it be seen that everyone that remains, you and the carriers of their spirit, standing on the earth with nothing but one another, and start over without money and without special interest. In certain parts of the world, they have already initiated mass murder of the general public with weapons of mass destruction, simply because they do not obey and accept the slavery they have been dealt. These victims should destroy the country, all of it. What they are doing to others, they plan to do to you. But do not be a victim. I am your God, and they cannot defeat me or you if you honor me. Honor them, and you lose in this life and the next. They will their atrocities upon the people in every land until they have been cast out. I give this message of victory to you. Use it. This is what God wants you to know. And for those of you who might not understand what I have said, this is what I have said in terminology that you can understand. Everything belongs to God, and it has been given as a gift to all humankind. But there are some who have not the Spirit of God, the love and compassion for you, and they want to be God. And they want to use you to honor them as you are required to honor God. And they will use force to cause you to do it. They do not love you, but they want to use you. Everything that you have the ability to do for one another, they want you to do it for them. And they wanted to serve as your master, dish out to you what they want you to have when they want you to have it. And because you are made of God and the Spirit of God rests in you, there's a point of resistance that they will cause to rise up in you. And when it has, they will try to destroy every last one of you. And when they do, your weapon is resistance. Do not fear death, because the God that made you has already planned that you can continue in another life. The life that you continue in will be determined by how you respond on this life. Whether you honor God or honor death that will destroy you. Your weapon, other than resistance, is when they start mass killing you, hurting you at the camps. Your responsibility for yourselves and to one another is to fight back, not by killing them, for this is the tool of evil. This is the tool of Satan. This is the tool of the devil. This is the tool of demons. But what you can do is destroy everything that they want. In other words, they want the cities, the towns, the states, the country, burn them down with a match. In certain parts of the world, you see on the news, people running, trying to stay alive, and yet being mauled, killed, slaughtered, laying across the streets, all across the fields. People who are trying to get out of harm's way, running, leaving the country, leaving the cities and the towns. And you see them on the camera, on television, scattered everywhere, beat down like slaughtered hogs and pigs. But stand up like the human being that you are and face them with your resistance and with your match. And go to those places where they're coming from. Let them destroy where you're at, but you destroy where they're coming from. Burn down their buildings, their jails, their prisons, their court facilities, their state buildings, their factories, the farms. Let it be that when the battle is over, you nor they have anything but a hope